Have you ever assumed that because you believe something is true, you're living as though it's true? I think that's one of the biggest blind spots Christians face. We confuse agreement with faith, and here's what I mean. I can look at a chair and say, I believe it'll hold me. But until I actually sit down, I've proven nothing. My confidence isn't revealed by what I say, it's revealed by what I'm willing to trust. The same is true in your walk with God. You can say you trust God's provision, but when He asks you to give generously, what do? You can say you believe He has a purpose for your life, but when He opens a door that requires courage, do you walk through it? You can say you believe God's in control, but when life becomes uncertain, does your anxiety become your guide? James doesn't pull any punches. He says that even the demons believe and shudder. Think about that. They have correct theology. They know who Jesus is, but their belief never produces loving obedience. That's because agreement isn't the same as faith. Biblical faith always moves. It obeys, it risks, it costs something. That's why Abraham's faith wasn't demonstrated when God made him a promise. It was demonstrated when he left home without knowing where he was going. Peter's faith wasn't proven while he was still safely in the boat. It was proven the moment his feet left the security of the boat and rested on the word of Christ. Here's the assumption many of us make. If I believe the right things, that's enough. But Scripture asks a different question. What are your actions revealing about what you actually believe? Because your life will always testify louder than your words. Maybe you've been telling yourself your business will succeed. Maybe you've been saying God has called you to something greater. Maybe you've convinced yourself you're ready. But if you've never been willing to pay the price to test those beliefs through obedient action, then you don't actually know whether you're walking in faith or simply agreeing with an idea. Biblical clarity forces us to ask uncomfortable questions, not to condemn us, but to align us. You see, I work with Christians who need biblical clarity while they're in the middle of life's storms, because that's where faith stops being theoretical and becomes deeply personal. If this brought biblical clarity to something you've been wrestling with, share it with someone who needs it. If you've ever wondered why you know what God says but still struggle to live like it's true, watch my video called Living According to What You Actually Believe, because the gap between agreement and obedience may reveal more than you think.